know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass back.
Gordon's got the ground game. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Orchestrating the offense, the former three-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. He didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 6 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well. A throw over the middle, taken in.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy.
Touchdown, Vikings! Rashard Matthews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in. Get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rivers on the money, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And right side, Henry's got it. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 20 carries, 74 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all of the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'll guarantee you, it started in the offseason.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Virgil Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And now out comes Minnesota. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing is Cousins. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Joey Bosa. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. From the red zone now, Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
52's the mic. 52's the mic. All day, dog.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They go play action. Cousins. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Rivers now from the 50. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, go on.
Now Rivers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Rivers. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen. Touchdown number 22 on the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One more game still to get to in Week 15. It comes up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. A lot of Manning fingerprints on this one. The Colts and the Saints from New Orleans. Now a play fake here on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now Cousins, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Cousins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And as weathers, you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down now, it's Cook. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Joey Bosa in on the stop. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. First down now, but that clock rolling. Rivers on first down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And he rifles one incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So it's third and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on fourth down last year, and they're going here. Now Rivers, and it's complete. Henry, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch.
To throw again. Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The intended receiver there, Allen.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. This pass finds its way to Williams, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Check, 55, Mike. I'm behind. I'm going.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
180! 180! Keep it skinny!
First down, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. On first and 10, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target. And now it's second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. This is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Stay there. Collect your team. Run 80.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Rivers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Rivers to throw it. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
To throw is Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Call that a 41-yard. 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, allocating extra resources to try and stop the guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I would use different moves. I would move against formation. I would come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly. Throwing on second and long. Taylor on the screen. This is Eckler. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Taylor to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He's got a man. It's Williams.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ben Gideon in on the stop. It's Eckler again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Taylor. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown.
That's how you score.
Hunter Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the gun, here's Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage. Had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They run again with Jackson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd and goal, Taylor. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown. this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. To try again after the sack. Cousins, left side, caught by Matthews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
The Vikings on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. On play action, Cousins. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's King. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run again with Jackson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now Taylor to throw. Taylor hit. He lost the football. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Taylor now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Good night, everybody.
I just got
bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Die from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see